It's week 23 of my piano journey, and it's been a bit slack actually over the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's been school holidays here in New Zealand, and Jane's taken the holiday period off. And I've a new game that I was looking forward to for this part of the year came out early in September. So I've obviously been prioritising things correctly and been playing my game. But it's time to get back to real life. So it's first week of term. Lessons are resuming again. I'm about to have my 22nd lesson, and I'll reduce my game playing and beef up my practicing. So anyway, I have actually managed to do some practice over the last week, better than the previous week actually. So I've probably got about 3 or 4 sessions in. I can't remember exactly, but I have done better than I had in the previous few weeks. But the gigger and the dance around the flower pot are still there. I guess they're getting better under my fingers. I'm getting more familiar with at least the second part of them. I'd practiced the first half of each of them, and I've got that sort of under the fingers. I wasn't particularly fast at it. I was still having the delays at the bar, lines, etc. as I was trying to figure what the next notes were. But the fingers were starting to generally get familiar with where they need to be going, and the stretches were becoming more natural as opposed to having to sort of force them, as well as the hand movements as well. Although the hand movements for the left hand on Dance Around the Flower Pot, I'm still occasionally missing, getting the wrong. I've got the right spacing, but occasionally the fingers aren't going straight down, and they're getting the keys to the sides, etc. So a few issues there. But anyway, I've been getting a bit better with the end of those particular pieces. So that's practicing the last probably 8 bars of each of them, I think. And that's starting to gel. Although they're still not as good as the first halves of each of them, and the first halves aren't good enough to retire at this point either. So it's a bit of a slow go. But my sense is that this is probably going to be the norm from this point forward, notwithstanding the fact that I've been slacking off with practicing. But the pieces are starting to get a little bit harder. There's a lot more movement and things in them. Previously, your hand would just stay in one position, maybe move a couple of bits, but in these ones, the hands are, every bar, well, not every bar, but there's a lot of bars where you're here at 1 minute and then you're up here the next. So getting to grips with those movements is probably going to be the next biggest challenge that I'm going to be facing probably over the rest of this year anyway. And these pieces seem to have more of that in them. Yeah. So anyway, pretty happy with where things are at. Still keen to keep going at it. I'll be getting the hard word put on me probably by my teacher this week, and we'll see how that pans out. Right. So anyway, we'll get ready for lesson 22.